Hello everyone. Once again, welcome back to virtual platform of UN Autonomous College of Science and Technology, Adaspur, Cuttack. Now we are watching UN College Digital Class YouTube channel. And in our previous video lecture of some basic concepts of social science, we had discussed about the sociological concepts. And in sociological concepts, we had discussed about what is society, what is community, what is social institution, what is social organization, and what is social systems, and also we had discussed about the characteristics and functions of society, community, social institution, social organization, and also discussed about the functions of social systems. And we had discussed about the difference between society and community, community and association, community and organization, and community and social institution also. We had discussed about that in our previous lecture, and now it's time for video lecture on what is social group and different types of group. And we are using and we are surviving in a group because we are human beings, and a human being always need a group for living that life. And in this lecture we will discuss about what is social group, what are the characteristics of social group, what are the importance of social group, what are the functions of social group, and also we will discuss about what are the classification on different bases of social groups, and we will discuss about different types of group like primary group and secondary group, reference group, and in-group and out-group, and also we will discuss about formal and informal groups. Let's discuss on that, and we will briefly discuss about what is social group first. What is social group? Social groups are everywhere and are a basic part of human life. Everywhere you look, there seem to be groups of people. A main focus of sociology is the study of these social groups. A social group consists of two or more people who regularly interact and share a sense of unity and common identity. In other words, it's a group of people who see each other frequently and consider themselves a part of the group. Now, social groups are everywhere and are basic part of human life, and a human life always need to live a social group, and everywhere you can see there should be a group of people, and a main focus of sociology about the study of the social group, because social group is a major and important part of a human life. A social group also consists of two or more people, and there is regular interaction between the members of a social group, and there is we feeling and unity, and also there is common identity of the members of social group. And also it's a group of people and those who have contact very frequently, and also they are considered a part of the group. Except in rare cases, we all typically belong to many different types of social groups. For example, you could be a member of a sports team, you could be a member of a club, you could be a member of church group, and also you can be a college class group, and there is workplace group and more. Social group means there is two or more peoples in a group, and which is known as social group. And in a social group there is we feeling, there is unity between the members of a group, there is the relationship is very close relationship in a group, and also there is sometimes very formal relation, and sometimes there is informal relations also. And in a social group they have direct and indirect contact in regular mode, and also they have very close interaction between all the members. And when there is a group, and in a group there is always either two or more than two members in a group, and when we are forming a group there is more members, and also there is close relationship, and they have love, affection in between each other. And you can be a member of different groups at a time, because you have attachment with different group of people, so that you can be a member of different groups at a time. Then definitions of social group according to different sociologists. According to McElroy and Pace, by group we mean any collection of human beings who are brought into social relationships with one another. According to McIlvore and Page, group means we mean that there is any collection of human beings where there is different types of individual collection of human beings, and those who are brought into social relationships, they have social relationships in between each other or with one another, that is known as group. And according to Agwan Nimkov, whenever two or more individuals come together and influence one another, they may be said to constitute a social group. Where there is two or more than two individuals, they can come together and they influence one another for close relationship or close contact, and that may be said to constitute a social group also, according to Agwan Nimkov. Then according to Vogadus, a social group may be thought of as a number of a persons, two or more, who have some common objects of attention, who are stimulating to each other, who have a common loyalty and participate in similar activities. According to Vogadus, that may be a social group where there is thought of as a number of persons or two or more persons, and they have some common objects, and they have some common objects of attention, and also they are stimulating each other, and there is common loyalty and participation, and they have similar activities at a time. That is also known as social group. Then we will discuss about characteristics of social group. What are the different major characteristics and what are the major parts of social group? Two and more than two persons. In a social group, there is necessary there should be two or more than two persons in that group, and some kind of regular and conscious interaction through direct and indirect communication. And in a social group, there should be regular and conscious interaction between all the members of that group, at least directly and indirectly communication also. They can communicate each other through direct and indirect contact also. Next is some degree of reciprocity. Actually, what is reciprocity? Reciprocity means mutual dependence or mutual action or mutual influence between all the members of a group. There is mutual understanding and a recognition by one of two countries or institutions of the validity, and also there is privileges granted by the other, that is reciprocity, and some measure of mutual awareness, and also there is mutual awareness between all the members, and all the members should know that group, and all the members of that group, they have to know the objectives, the goals of that group, and also they have to work on that. Some common interest, and when there is a group and in a group there is different members from different place and there is different individuals, they have some common interest, and they have interest which is very common, and they have to work on common interest. Next is a feeling of unity. In a social group, there is feelings of unity or we feeling between each other of that group. Then is common understanding, and in a social group that part is very necessary, that is common understanding. In between all the members, the common understanding is very necessary, because when we have misunderstanding with a person and we cannot accept that person, so there is need of understanding between each other of that member, because when there is a social group, then we have to work on a team, so that there is need of understanding. If there is absence of understanding, then we cannot work in a team. Next is collective behavior, and also collective behavior is necessary, because when in a social group we are working and there is feeling of unity and the common interest also, and also there is mutual awareness and the social group working on mutual dependence, and so that there is need of collective behavior. And next we will discuss about the importance of social groups. What are the importance of social group? First is survival becomes problematic, and without groups also. There is the survival of a person is very problematic if a person is without a group, and we are we have need of social groups for living our life. If we are not including in a group, then we cannot live a life and which is very safe and secure life. And groups have become so necessary that our every survival becomes problematic and doubtful in their absence. And groups are complementary to the development of human faculties and traits and human nature also. And man by birth itself has the biological potentiality of becoming man, the social being. As a human being, as a social animal, there is need of groups, and without group we have different types of problems which we cannot solve individually or we cannot solve alone. So there is need of groups for survive our life. And next is the man becomes man only among men. Various studies have convincingly proved that man fails to develop human qualities in the absence of human environment. The biological potentiality of man to become a person doesn't happen on its own automatically. Even in the absence of a human environment, the biological potentiality blossoms only in social situation, to be more precise, only in the context of groups. And added to this, the prolonged human infancy and the helplessness of newborn baby have almost made it a prisoner of the most elementary social group, that is family. And there is man becomes man only among men, because it is very difficult to create or to make a man without any human environment. So there is need of man, or there is need of human society for survive or for man becomes a man. Then is importance or groups help social survival also. There is need of importance of social groups, and not only from the point of view of survival but also from the viewpoint of leading successful life, man depends on group. And by engaging himself in constant relations with others, he learns things and mends his ways also. He keeps his eyes wide open, lends his ears to what others say, tries to keep his memory ever fresh to remember the good things of the past and to refrain from repeating the blunders of the past also. And in brief, from birth to death, man is engaged in the process of socialization. Socialization, or the process of humanization, helps man to develop a personality of his own. And always there is a necessity of group, and a group can help for social survival also, because for survive a life there is need of socialization, and without socialization we cannot live a life as a human or as a social animal. And so that there is the groups are helping the human beings or each and every individuals of a group for social survival. And next is groups contribute to the development of personality, and also through groups we can develop our personality. Personality is the product of the group life, and the self that every individual develops, though unique, is itself a product of the group. No self arises in isolation. Groups provide scope for the individuals to express their real nature and their talents and abilities also. Then is hidden potentialities can find the expression only in the context of social groups, and the groups shape man's attribute, his beliefs, his morals and his ideals also. Emotional development like intellectual maturity, satisfaction of physical and social needs are unthinkable without groups. We cannot think about the physical and social needs, and also we cannot think about the satisfaction in our life without any group. And if we need development of personality, then we can develop our personality through a group life. If we are not living in a group, then we cannot maintain or we cannot learn the development of personality process, or how we can develop our personality and what are the factors need for personality development. We can learn these factors from group life. In group life we can learn the adjustment, we can learn about the how we can maintain a life and how the life is going on, and how we have to maintain or how we have to manage our personality, or how we can maintain our behavior and how we can behave to others, or like how we can behave to elders and how we can behave to youngers. We can learn all those things from group life. And next we will discuss about the functions of group. There is different functions like defining boundaries, choosing leaders, making decisions, setting goals, and assigning tasks, and controlling members' behavior. These are the functions of the social group. First we will discuss about the defining boundaries. Actually, what is that? To identify who are members of a group, and some set of devices must be used to mark the boundaries. We have to identify those who are the members of a group, and also we can use different devices for mark the boundaries, what are the boundaries are needed in a group. And next is choosing leaders. Groups by nature must resolve the issue of leadership, and also a leader, according to Tisler, is someone who occupies a central role or position of dominance and influence in a group. When we are living in a group, there is necessity of leaders. Like in a family, there is head of the family, and in a group where there is official group, there is also boss, managers, and there is also head of that institution. So we have to choose the leaders, and group by nature also there is issue of leadership in some groups. And a leader, according to Tisler, when there is a leader, that person is who occupies central role or father figure of that group. And in a choosing leader, there is instrumental leadership and expressive leadership also. Then we will discuss about making decisions. Among flourishing societies, making decisions are made by involving everyone else in the community. Among modern societies, groups use voting system to determine the decision of the group to save time and energy. There is another function is making decision. Making decision is a important part, because when we are living in a group, the major part is decision making. And in our society now, some of the parts of the society are choosing leaders through the voting system, because in a making decision there is necessity is all the participants or all the members of that group have to participate. And when the members of the group are not participating equally, then we cannot take the decisions from all the members of that group. And we can take decisions, or we can make participation of all the members of a group through different way. Like nowadays we all are accepting the voting system. In every sector there is voting system for choosing a leader and for getting decisions of or view of all the members of a group. We can get that through the voting systems. Next we will discuss about the setting goals. All groups must have a goal, and a goal may be too general and such as protecting the environment, or too narrow like getting to the beach resort. And goals change over time depending on the challenges faced by the group. And also all the members have to set the goal of that group. And all groups have goals, because all the members of a group are working on a specific goal and specific objective also. And some groups goals are very general, and some have very serious goals also, very major goals, and also sometimes goal can change over time and feature depending upon the challenges faced by the groups in a society. And next we will discuss about assigning tasks. Goals, decision making, leadership are all important functions of groups and significant only when tasks are assigned to each member to perform. And in a group, there is goals and decision making process and leadership, all are important functions, and like that assigning task is also important, because when there is a group there is different individuals, those who are member of that group, and when there is distribution of work, then there is a distribution of tasks to each and every member of that group, and assigned different tasks for different people or different member of that group. Those who have which skills, and always tasks always depending upon the skill and knowledge of a member, and significant only when tasks are assigned to each member to perform, then they have to perform that task, they have to submit that task. Next we will discuss about controlling members behavior. Group members behavior must be controlled for the group to continuously, and this is the reason why deviant behavior of members of the group are considered dangerous and threatening. And also in a group there is group members behavior must be controlled, and when there is a group and different individuals are member of that group, the behavior of that members has to control, and all the members have to maintain behavior, and they have to well behaved to each other, and also they have to control of the behavior in a group continuously. And when there is a group, and this is the reason why the deviant behaviors of members of the group are dangerous and threatening sometimes also, we have to control on that when we are in a group, because in a group there is necessary of feeling of unity, there is necessity of we feeling, there is a necessity of very close contact and contact in the regular basis, and so that we have to control of behavior of all the members of a group. This is all about today's lecture. In this lecture we had discussed about the social group, because in our previous lecture we had discussed about the sociological concepts, in which lecture we can get knowledge about the concept of the society, community, social institution, social organization, and also we can get knowledge on social systems. And now in this lecture we can know about the society, or we can know about the social groups, and what is social group, what are the characteristics of social group, what are the importance of social group, what are the functions of social group and different functions. Next lecture we will discuss briefly about the social groups classification on different basis, and also we will discuss about different types of groups. Thank you. Have a great day. Keep watching.